Today we're going to be looking at the new Space Engineers DLC Warfare 2 Broadside that was released on February 3rd, 2022. So the question we're trying to answer today is the Warfare 2 Broadside DLC worth it? So first let's take a look at the new blocks that come with the DLC. So the first thing we have here is a new bridge window. The next block is, so I have the previous block here in the middle, but then I have the side window. So this is the bridge window. Next we come to the light panel. So this acts similar to the interior or corner lights. It's a full light panel and can display any color. You can change the intensity, the fall off, the radius of the light. So that's pretty nice, and you can see it's a thin block that just it can attach to the corner like this. It can attach flat against another block. I can see this being useful. The next thing we have here is this is the new skin for the Warfare 2 reactor, and next to it we have another reskinned reactor. This is the large reactor, the 300 megawatt large reactor, and much like the industrial update for the hydrogen tank and refinery, this is also a walk around type reactor that might work really good for kind of industrial areas. Okay, next we're going to look at we get 3 new hangar doors that are available. The first one here is the hangar door, and it is basically it's pretty clean looking. I compare it to the other one was a little busy. It had the ridges on it. Still a nice looking door, and you know, it had a reminder here that this is a hangar door here. These new blocks do not have that text on that, so this is kind of a plain one. Next is the similar to this, but we add a window to the to this hangar door. And then lastly, this is the hangar door 2. Next in line we have the Warfare 2 battery. This is the large grid battery. Next we come to some new doorways. So this is a sliding hatch door. This is the first version of it, and basically you come in here and you'll see that it has a little control panel on either side, and you can actually see through the window, and when we click it, it slides open nicely into that block and kind of gives you a nice just kind of a generic side of that block. Has a little texture, which is nice, but it doesn't have anything real obtrusive, and you know, will probably blend in well. So that's a nice nice addition. Next we have a very similar hatch door. This is called the half sliding door. So essentially what they did is they have a full block on the part that the door recesses into, but the actual door is just a half block, and it functions the same way, has the same window. So it's just a nice, depending on if you want to use half blocks for your walls, this would be a great way to do that, so you don't have a door kind of sticking out into your area if you're using half blocks. This next block, I think, is probably my favorite addition to this DLC. So this is a spotlight that you can use, and again, it has the same type of controls as we see in interior lights, where you can change the radius, the color, the fall off, all that stuff, and as you can see, it can move around, and this block also can be used to target things. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Part of the new update to Space Engineers, but this can also be used in targeting, similar to what we'll see with the new weapons. And here we have a new air vent. So this is a full-size block air vent, which will come in nice. Right now, I don't have anything piped up to it. It's not blowing or sucking in any air. So this air vent, it has the louvers closed. When it is in operation, these louvers actually open a little bit, which is kind of neat. So it's a nice block. You can see kind of the little fan grill there. Also, we have, so I do really like this block as well. This is called the Helm. So this is a stand-up helm with a joystick, and you hit F to enter the helm, and then you're basically in similar to a control seat, and have all the functions where you can map your controls into that. So that's pretty nice as well. And next we actually have two ion thrusters. We have the small version of the large grid ion thruster, and here's the large grid ion thruster as well. So that's I like the styling on the large grid with the four little thrusters on the side as well. The first thing we have here for small grid is the passenger bench. This acts basically like a seat. We can sit down here and gain our energy back. The last block that we're going to look at here that comes with the Warfare 2 Broadside DLC is a new skin for the small grid rocket launcher. Also included in the new patch are some new weapons, and let's go and check them out. So the first thing we have here is the large grid artillery. So this is the artillery. It takes a new type of ammo known as the artillery shell, and let's go ahead and just test fire it so you can see what it's like. So this is just shooting off into space, so you would have to aim this. And you can see it does take a little while to reload. It's actually reloading there. And then we're able to see it again. So it has a nice fire effect. The next thing you may be seeing here is the targeting reticle. So this can be used to target the enemies and to a lock on. So I don't have any enemies right now, but if I did, it would be red, and I could do the right mouse button here to unlock or lock onto a target, and my turret type weapons would automatically follow that. If I'm having to do manual targeting and I lock onto a target, it'll actually give me a lead indicator to show me where to shoot. So next we have the Railgun, and this weapon takes some new ammo. The ammo is called the Large Railgun Sabot. So let's just take a look here and see what it looks like when we fire it. Next we have here the large grid artillery turret, and so this is this could be like any turret. It can be either controlled by the AI, or you can also manually control it, and it takes a new ammo type as well, known as the artillery shell. So let's just go ahead and fire it and see what it's like. So I'll get in here, aim it wherever I want, and let's just, and I have 2 barrels here, so I can quickly fire another shot. And you can see I'm in reloading mode. And then this gives us kind of a good example of the use of the targeting reticle that we can use. So I can lock onto there You see the dashed red line goes solid red, and then I have a lock on that target. So the next weapon we have here is the large grid assault cannon turret, and this takes a new ammo type as well. So this takes the assault cannon shell. Let's take a look at it here. There's another double barrel. Has a camera in the front there. And we'll go ahead and shoot this one. And you can see the thin blue line there is showing us how long it takes to reload. So it does take a little bit of time to reload, but it's not too bad. Now we're going to look at three small grid weapons that are included in the latest version of Space Engineers. So the first is the autocannon. So let's just go ahead and take a look at it first. See, it has a long barrel here. It has two side connectors. Let's go ahead and fire it and see how it is. So you can see this fires pretty quickly. The next weapon we have here is the assault cannon, and this weapon takes the assault cannon shell. And you can see what's really nice is it has both side and rear connectors. So let's take a look at firing this one. So you can see it takes a little longer to reload between shells on this assault cannon. And lastly, we have the autocannon turret. This again can be an AI controlled turret, or you can get in the turret and control it yourself. Let's take a look at firing it. So it's going to go ahead and auto target the enemy spaceship that we have here, located in front. So you can see it fires pretty quickly. So to get back to the original question of, is this DLC worth buying? So there's two parts to this that you really need to think of. The first part is, yes, there are some new things that you get when you purchase the DLC. So if you're interested in using any of these blocks, or possibly going to download blueprints that use these blocks, you might be interested in buying the DLC. The other part of the DLC is this actually supports Keen and their development efforts. This game has been out for many years, and Keen has continued development on it. Most games, once they're released to the public and have a few patches, the development team steps away and works on a new project. So if you've been playing Space Engineers and you want to support Keen development as they continue to work on bug fixes and improvements to the game, I would suggest buying the DLC to show your support. So finally, let's have a bit of fun, and I have an enemy ship out there on the ground. He's currently shooting at us, and let's just go ahead and see what these turrets will do for us.